McEnroe won the toss and elected to receive.
$15-all. $15-30.
And so early in the match, that will give McEnroe great confidence, I think. Beautifully timed pass. Well played.
30-all.
11-stroke rally. Rather a long rally for grass, that. Particularly between players of this class. Glorious drive volley from Connors to win the point. So far, out of the 5 points played, Connors has got 4 first serves in.
First game.
Well, Jimmy Connors, the holder, couldn't have wished for a better start.
Beautiful warm afternoon. Love one.
Love 15.
And although it was a second service, it was a very, very deep and heavily spun ball from McEnroe. That was really a lovely return by Connors. And Connors that time using rather more topspin than he usually does on the return of serve to get the ball to dip.
15-14.
Well, the return of service wasn't all that good, and McEnroe seemed to be a bit slow getting out of the way of the line of the ball. Not often do you see McEnroe miss a first volley of that kind behind the serve. So break point for Connors.
Game Connors.
Well, already
Connors
Jimmy
leads
Connors
2 games to
returning the
love.
serve with tremendous power and penetration. Beautifully balanced with all his weight forward, and he launches himself into this two-hander here in typically aggressive fashion. And it was that last return of serve that broke John McEnroe, so the psychological advantage already with the holder. Too late.
Oh, sick. Oh, that's a really wild forehand.
15 love.
Strong serve, and also a little more slice than Connors normally puts on his first serve.
Just a little disturbance from the crowd, a spectator shouting.
Well, if McEnroe feels that there's a chance of a bad length second service coming, he'll be into the net, into the baseline like a shot to take it.
All.
Well, now, this is the side, the forehand side of Connors, that does sometimes go a bit awry. But he really has been hitting it awfully well this week, and he's felt very much happier about it. He says so himself, but that was rather an unforced error. 30-40. Magnificent play. Magnificent play.
Connors leads 2-1. First set.
Well, John, that really was quite a rally, wasn't it? Really.
But of course he hasn't had anyone to press him of this caliber yet, and he hasn't yet been nervous. So back on level terms as far as breaks go, 1-2.
Love 15.
Disturbed by somebody moving about, I think, behind him or making a little noise. Extraordinary how sensitive this man is to any slight distraction.
Love 30.
And some very cunning and deft play by Connors.
Really serving well today, McEnroe, and I think that is going to be a key to the outcome of this match. If he's going to win it, he'll have to get a lot of good first serves in.
$15.30. Well, that's a remarkable lob under pressure.
15-40.
No, McEnroe was in position then, and yet the lob beat him. So 2 break points after that absolutely perfect lob, and really under pressure. Struggling very hard to get this first serve in. No, it's out.
Game Connors.
So another breaker serve, that's 3 in a row now. And the key to it really was that point when it was 15-30. Jimmy Connors returning the serve, getting the ball out in front of him despite a good first serve that time, and looking for the ball towards his backhand. His opponent closing on the net. The only thing he could do, really, logically, was to lob, and what a perfect lob it was. McEnroe thought he could reach it, leapt and missed. It led to the break. Connors 3-1.
Oh, yes. Certainly a wrong call.
First set.
So let will be played. 2 more. Here's our man, too eager. Too eager.
love.
And in the middle of that rally, you saw Connors coming round his forehand to play his two-hander. Having played two forehands, the next ball was definitely a forehand for the normal person, but not for Connors. Just hopped around it to play his backhand. 15 love.
Love. 40 love.
Punishing volley from below the height of the net.
$40-15.
Well, even the great Connors guilty of over-rushing the forehand there. He saw an open court, or at least partly open court, and over-rushed it, you know. 40-15.
Game Connor. Connors leads 4-1, first set.
1-4.
Love 15. All.
Jimmy's brother John on the right of your picture there, sitting with Lorne Cool, an old friend of Jimmy's, sitting in the courtside seat where last year Jimmy's wife was sitting. We're all very sorry about his personal problem.
Oh, he's missed it.
30-15.
And not often does Connors miss that half volley even on his forehand. Half volley pass. Just a little late on the wall. He continues to return this serve so well.
40-15.
So the first ace
Connors leads 4 games to 2.
First ace for McEnroe.
And John's supporter here today, Stella Hall, a very pretty lady from Carolina, a New York model.
Yes.
Love 15.
And McEnroe calling the tune from the very first time he hit the ball off a rather bad length serve. Never lost the initiative there.
All.
All.
15-30.
Forehand into the net on the 11th stroke of the rally, and it was noticeable there McEnroe was keeping everything on the Connors forehand, and when he played a backhand, always slicing heavily, keeping the ball low on the grass. I didn't think McEnroe, that Connors was going to be able to make a winner with his two-hander there. He was going over the high part of the net, and the ball was certainly below knee height when he hit it. It was a really well-controlled stroke, that. It does show the confidence that the man has, I think. 30 all. Once again, we see one of the shots of great left-handed players, the forehand on the run. Beautiful, beautiful shot from McEnroe. And it's break point. Yes, yes, that's a glorious service. But McEnroe doesn't think so.
Well, I don't think there was any doubt at all that that was a fault. That was an ace, I mean. And I think, Dan, this is the case of wishful thinking when a player so much wants the ball to be a fault when he's created a break point, but he almost wills it to be.
Yes, I think that was as clear an ace as I've seen. So an ace apiece now.
Advantage Connors.
And I haven't seen McEnroe slice the ball more heavily than he did in that rally. Although this court is hardened, it's still a grass court, and a heavy slice ball keeps lower, and Connors doesn't like the really low ball. Deuce? Well played, well played.
Advantage Connors.
Some terrific grunting on each side of the net, but my goodness, what a rally, full of power. And the trajectory of Connors, of forehand and backhand, really so low.
Game Connors. Full change.
Well,
Connors leads 5 games to 2. First set.
McEnroe had a break point there, which was nullified by that magnificent ace of Connors.
How well his opponent reacted to the threat, to the pressure. And he's still chuntering about that serve.
You have something to say?
He told me that
What are you saying about it? Yeah, but you should have, your mouth should be quiet the whole match, not a word spoken, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, how come I don't get fined $1,500 when some person like you says something to me, right? Go fine him $1,500, right? I get fined $1,500 for breathing to these guys, huh?
Well, that's Arthur Cole, the subject of the remarks that McEnroe is making to umpire Dick Lum, which shows at least he's keyed up. And well, he might be. It was a beautiful rally in the last game at deuce when Connors, having at one time been a break point down and had recovered to deuce with that ace, now had to play for his life to save himself, really thumping the ball so hard. The forehand side is the side McEnroe is concentrating on. That was even a little slice on the forehand. And Connors looking for a chance to get to the net. And McEnroe quite content to play away here in the back of the court. Connors goes in and finishes it with this beautiful smash that's angled for a winner. So now McEnroe has to win his serve to stay in this first set at 2-5.
And that was a little lucky for McEnroe, because he anticipated the other side of the court, the attempted pass, and suddenly slipped when he realized he was wrong. Fortunate then.
30-15.
McEnroe certainly having to contend with some brilliant lobbing today.
First service.
Well, I think there are a few players in the world who'd have put that smash away first time. Lovely lob, high and deep.
Game McEnroe. Connors leads 5-3. First set.
And a royal occasion this, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Gloucester there, and sitting on her right is the chairman of the club, great supporter of tennis, and this is her club where she so often plays. So, serving for the first set.
Last 15.
No. Too difficult, that one.
15-all.
The intention good, of course, the little subtle dink to get the ball down at the feet of Connors, but the ball came a little too fast for McEnroe. Even he, with his quick reflexes, couldn't deal with that one.
Keep on moving around, all right? You in the blue shirt, keep on moving around.
30-15.
Oh, there are quite a lot of blue shirts up there behind Connors. The service was a hell of a good serve.
One, please.
30-15. That's brilliant serving. So, 2 set points for Connors. So he's never hit a better service than that, I'm absolutely sure.
Second service.
Dan, I think with the shriek of the crowd, we missed the call of fault by the linesman.
Well, that was, I thought, a marvellous service.
$40-30.
How often that happens after a hesitation. And, still set point. Oh, that's it.
First set, Connors, 6 games to 3.
Well, magnificent serving by Connors and magnificent play, and he really has got a grip on Connors, on McEnroe. I think what inspired him, John, the fact that he dropped his opening serve in this set, you know, that double fault, and he really had to produce something that was almost miraculous to break the stranglehold that Connors had on him. Now, how long they can go on playing this sort of tennis, I really don't know. It's unbelievably good.
It's 1-2, second set.
Fault. $30-15.
Oh, that's a great one-footing shot.
40-15. Deuce. Advantage Connors. Yes. Two games all, second set.
McEnroe full of the inner frustration that he feels when he can't really impose himself on an opponent like he normally does. He's playing from a lot from the back of the court, trying to just induce the errors, but they're not coming from Connors today.
15 love.
Oh.
15 all.
As the match wears on, the grunting gets heavier and heavier, and it becomes more like a heavyweight boxing match. This really does. Ace number 4.
And they're absolutely packed in again here. We've had full houses every day, and in fact a record of 27,000 have attended the week's tennis. Great tribute to the organisation here. And of course we can all thank the weather too. 31.
You know, McEnroe must wonder what has hit him today, because that service would have embarrassed almost any player in the world. But Collins really got there in time to play a really offensive return. Almost all players in the world would have been happy to have got that service back.
Well, McEnroe just working over that shoulder. I hope he hasn't hurt it again. It was that one that he hurt in Philadelphia, right in February, early February. That caused him to change to a middle-sized racket. In fact, he picked up his brother Patrick's racket, liked it, and ordered some.
Plenty of activity overhead, and that shows how well you have to be able to concentrate to play tennis of this class with distractions like that. Deuce.
Dan, thank goodness, not quite as noisy as we have to endure some days at Flushing Meadow.
First service.
I've wondered once or twice, Tom, whether I was there or not, I must say.
Of course, the site of the US Open, for those who don't know. He thought it was a fault, I think, his opponent. And there are
Ball's
times...
inside the line. Was the ball inside the line? Because it didn't hit any chalk.
Big Lum thought it was a good serve, apparently.
Advantage Connors.
And it does happen sometimes when you serve and think you've served a fault and you sort of hold back and don't get involved in the rally. The mind shuts off. But what a blistering return again.
And it's break point for the second time.
Get up.
Throw it up, says McEnroe.
Game Connors. Connors leads 3 games to 2, second set. First set, Connors.
Ball was, I mean, it hit no chalk whatsoever. It was no way it was inside the line. How can you see that? Huh? How
Well,
can both of you see a ball that's that clearly a mistake? Is it that
I don't
far
know
in?
about-
Did I hit it 3 feet inside the line?
I don't know about clearly a mistake. We thought it was all right. The linesman did, and obviously the umpire did. But I think it's inside the player's head that these things happen.
Water. Water, please.
Asking for the ball girl to fetch some water. The ball girls here, incidentally, are all from local schools, and a fine job they've done. But Jimmy Connors today is in tremendous vein off the ground, and as soon as McEnroe serves anything like a shortish ball, he hits these blistering returns, and look how he's moving forward at it. The whole weight of the body going into that shot. Absolutely copybook return. Couldn't ask for a better illustration of how to get the weight into the return to serve, and meeting the ball well out in front of him. He sees the ball so early. We noticed that when he beat Denton the other day. One of the hardest servers in the game, 150 miles an hour, and yet he saw the ball, took it out in front of him, returned it with interest. He has another break of serve, having previously lost the earlier one.
15 out.
McEnroe really having difficulty to understand sometimes how quick Connors is. Picking up that volley from round about the service line, and I'm sure he thought Connors was going to let it drop.
Left, first, service. all.
No.
30-15.
I really have never seen Connors serve like this, so consistently well throughout a match. Unbelievable how well he's serving. And what a volley, wrong footing's opponent there. McEnroe at the moment really doesn't know where he is, you know. He's being wrong-footed. He's having a man volley him when he doesn't expect it. And I'm sure, although he's played Connors 20 times, I'm sure Connors has never served like this against him. He squeezed one through there.
40-30.
Well, it had to be millimetre accurate, that. He squeezed it through beautifully with hardly any backswing.
Cunning old Jimmy down there, selecting the newest of the balls to serve with. Of course, they're a little faster than they're new.
Deuce. Advantage, Connors. No excuse!
Yes, quite right. No excuse. He was in position and the length wasn't quite as good as it was hoped to be by Connors, and he certainly had a chance.
So Jimmy Connors is in irresistible form just now, maintaining it too, which is not easy against somebody as eager as McEnroe is today, but he's serving with lethal power and unleashing these huge ground strokes with tremendous force. Beautifully balanced, as always, of course. That's another object lesson for any beginners watching, bouncing on his toes between the points, and always beautifully balanced when he hits the ball, so that the weight goes into the shot. So, underlining the break of serve he achieved just now, McEnroe 2-4.
Out. 15 love.
Up, John.
Out. 39.
Just out.
30-15.
Once again, Connors there, absolutely incredible how he was absolutely on the defense at one time and quickly turned around to attack. (30-15). McEnroe looking down at the baseline, thinking that the Connors return was just out.
40-30.
We really are seeing some incredible play. A brilliant service by McEnroe, and the return of service was unbelievable by Connors. 40-30.
Let first service. Game on. Connors leads 4-3, second set. First set, Connors.
Returning it so well that he starts pressing, over-pressing, and I have a feeling that McEnroe may be a little guilty today of just pressing a little too much on the serve because of the quality of the return. Be that as it may, it's new balls with which Connors is about to serve, leading 4-3 in the second set, having won the first 6-3. Best of 3-set final.
Love.
And it's in the areas where they don't move so often, the court is still a little bit green and greasy.
Yes, he'd committed himself to make an outright winner there, Connors, and just couldn't reach it.
Well, I think the chalk confirmed that that clipped the line.
Did you hit this line behind the line? Certainly hit the cross line, Mr. McEnroe. It was not side.
Wasn't even close to the sideline.
You sure of that? It was not side.
John, you know what happened there. The ball hit the line, the chalk gripped the ball a bit, made it a bit slower, and he mistimed his shot, of course. So it's 40-15.
Game card. Connors leads 5-3, second set.
And one feels now that McEnroe has got to play his very, very best here to stay in this match. It really is a rampant Connors who's been on this court today.
Quiet, please.
And there's been a young element following the fortunes of this man for the last 2 or 3 years in Britain, particularly in London. And it seems that some of them are here today. 3-5.
15 all.
Never have I seen the ball hit so consistently hard as this. I really haven't.
How would you compare this with Vines, who...
Well, I was just thinking, John, the only man I've ever seen hit comparable speed and weight of shot was Elvis Vines back in the early 30s. A very fine dipping return, but one felt that McEnroe should have had it on the half volley. So that awe-inspiring forehand from Connors gives him 2 championship points. Oh, I say. Well, the reflexes of McEnroe there to get away with that volley, quite unbelievable. So that's 1 championship point saved. That's it.
Connors wins 2 sets to love, 6-3, 6-3.
An hour and 22 minutes of the most awe-inspiring tennis by Connors. It really was. And there his brother John congratulating him, and Clive Bernstein of the All England Club congratulating the man who has made such a great difference to this championship here. And so, once again, Connors has shown that sheer controlled power from the back of the court, plus today the best serving, I should think, of his life, is good enough to beat anyone. And John, that must be surely again important for Wimbledon.
Well, I wonder whether that is what we're going to see repeated as we did last year in a couple of weeks' time, or rather 3 weeks' time, of course, at Wimbledon. Certainly John McEnroe here will have to lift his level of serving to get more first serves in and create more penetration than he was able to do today, for that is what let him down. He was never able to contain the service return power of Jimmy Connors today. And of course, once a man who loves to live at the net and live by his reflexes is playing uphill, as it were, as he comes in behind his serve, he's in real trouble. And one can only marvel at the way that Jimmy Connors continued to dominate, even when there was a slight setback. He'd made his break at the start of the second set and lost his serve, but he wasn't unnerved by that. He just went on hitting the ball and trusting in his own accuracy. Well, he's got a lot to think about as he prepares away from tournament tennis during the next week, prepares for Wimbledon, because that is the crown he most dearly wants to recapture, the one that was taken from him by Jimmy Connors last year. And the last time they'd met before today, of course, he had beaten Connors, having lost his Open title, but there's a lot of work for him to do. The presentation party now coming on to court, the ball girls from local schools and the lines people, because there are men and women, members of the new British Association.
And here is Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Gloucester coming on to the court, and she is vice patron of the club, plays a lot of tennis here. Here's the trophy, a remarkable trophy. This goes right back to 1890. It's called the Queen's Cup, and it was won in the first year by D.J. Chater. And this is a tremendous hand for Connors as he comes forward. Second year in succession, he's won this. Clive Bernstein there, who has done so much for Queen's Club through the years, and particularly for this championship.
Clive, the tournament director here.
And Philippe Vicomte de Stolberg, director of Stella Artois. And Mr. Tony Simmons-Gooding, the group managing director of Whitbread Company. Well, now we'll just wait for McEnroe to come forward.
A winner and a runner-up, and the runner-up, John McEnroe.
And John McEnroe goes forward to receive the cheque, the runner-up cheque for £9,500. But today, never quite was allowed to get really into the match. So a marvellous final here at Queen's, and with weather like this for Wimbledon in a week's time, and possibly these two men contesting the final, I wonder whether we'll have another five-setter like we had last year.